XYZ to get there is all in your hands. You are the author of your life story. With the help of the master author and the finisher of your faith, you can accomplish all things. You are moving from ABC to XYZ. Are you ready? Are you ready? Because you have all the key ingredients. It is the best time of your life to do the best things in your life. You have systems and processes here, a clear roadmap. You are your own rescue. All the equipment and the wiring is within. You are naturally talented. You have all of the ingredients to be the best version of you that you can be. Hey. I hope everyone enjoyed that introduction. If you are here and you know there's other people that need to listen to this Willed Wednesday message, please push that share button right now. Share, tag, comment, talk back to me. Now, I have this spread out over several different platforms. And so if you're on one of the platforms that you don't know who I am, I'm going to tell you in just a minute, go into a little bit of detail of that. But will you share? Would you just say, hey, good morning to me? Say, hey, girl, hey. Say, hey, Bridget, Coach Bridget, whatever you want to call me. Just don't call me late. I am so very excited to be here this morning, and I'm going to move out of your way. I really have something to really share. But first, who I am. My name is Bridget Brown Jackson. I am a, excuse me, I tried to drink some water. Hold on one second. Good morning. I'm Bridget Brown Jackson. I am a behavior wealth strategist. Well, what does that mean, Bridget? Well, what I say is I teach people all things behavior. I want you to understand how your behavior can impact you. And where does the wealth come in? Because it costs you. It costs you in your finances. It can cost you in your relationships. It can cost you in your job performance. It can cost you in your ministry. It can cost you all over. Now, the cost doesn't have to be an enormous cost, but it's going to cost you. Or it can add value to you. Which one are you choosing to use it for? All right. So that's who I am in a nutshell. Today, I'm going to talk to you really quick and move out of the way. 7 things I wish somebody had told me. All right. But I'm going to tell you in a way, you can do this if you want to be unsuccessful, right? 7 things you can do if you want to be unsuccessful. I didn't say successful. Good morning, Janie. I didn't say successful. I said unsuccessful. So that's what we're going to tap in just a moment. And so again, I want you to talk back to me. If you are not, for some reason, in my messaging system, I would love for you to type in 810-321-5365. I promise you I'm not spamming you or anything, but my goal is to pour into your life. And if you'd like to have messages, some positive things sent to you, as well as having moments where I can share some different things with you that, again, is going to help your life. And I just like, hopefully you share with someone else and help someone else's life. I need you to text that right now. So text that, that's scrolling down there, 810-321-5365. You can opt out at any time, but it's just a regular texting system that will give you some great information. And so, again, I'm going to share with you today seven things to avoid if you don't want to be successful. All right. That's what I'm going to talk about today. All right. So again, text down there, 810-321-5365. If you'd like to join my text messaging community where I send out powerful information to help you live life powerfully. All right. And if you didn't do the other thing I said, tag somebody and bring them on in. All right. So I'm not going to belabor the time. Maybe you're watching this for the first time, so I'm going to share this first. All right. So this is the thing that I want you to understand, that all of us have these incredible gifts that God gave us, right? And so my clientele are women. So you see these women here. And so I'm sharing this because, again, that's the clientele that I serve. But perhaps maybe you're a male watching this. Don't turn it off because it could bless you too. And it's definitely something that you could share with your significant other. So we can either be decisive, interactive, stabilizing, or cautious. Now, we're all 4. But we have a superpower. Well, I'm that yellow one up there. I'm like Esther in the Bible, enthusiastic. I inspire people. But you could be like Deborah in the Bible, where Deborah, it was bad to the bone. She was definitely a results driven type person. Or you could be like Ruth. Ruth was that person that, she stood behind brother, or just stood beside Naomi and helped change their lives forever because she was reliable and loyal. Or you might be like Abigail. Abigail was bad. Abigail went out before David and said, wait, hold up. I got a system. I got something for you to do. If you do this, she was very analytical. So which one are you? Which one are you? And again, we're all four of them, but something is going to stick out. And so if you all know me, you know. So can I get that? Can you all say, yes, Bridget, I agree. Anybody that's watching that know me, let me know. Have I been an aspiring type personality the time that you've known me? You'd probably say yes to that, right? Okay, so let's get into the nitty gritty of what I wanted to talk about today. Okay, so today I want to tell you 7 things to do if you want to be unsuccessful. Yes, I put that into the negative because our brains are wired to solve problems, right? And so I want you to hear this, and then I want you to think of the problem that you can solve. Janie says, absolutely. Yes, Janie, I have been this way, and I didn't understand my superpower. Man, I love how God turns things and he just unravels things. And now I'm able not only to live in my superpower, but help people live in their superpower by inspiring them to do it. Wow. Isn't that something? Anyways, 7 things to do if you want to be unsuccessful. Number 1, don't walk in your purpose. Yeah. Number 2, never allow self-awareness to occur. So don't even think about your thinking. Number 3, let people's principles run your life. So you let people's principles run you instead of you run you. So other people are dictating, and not because they just have to be over you dictating, but they're telling you the principles for you to believe. We're going to get into that. That's some mindset stuff. Number 4, assume the priorities of other people. Yep, you can never get stuff done because you're always on a treadmill for others. That part. Now, others could be your family, others could be outside people, others could be your job, others could be anything. Others could be a lot of different things, but other priorities are running your agenda rather than your own. Quit when the going gets tough. Oh, I'm gonna tell a story in just a minute about that. Possess a spirit of incompletion. I hope I stepped on somebody's toe right there, because I stepped on my own toe and got myself out of that 2 years ago. Yes, we ever learning. I've been very highly successful, but we'll talk about that. I'm not going to get into that yet. And last but not least, when you think you've arrived, in other words, you think you're successful, you think you've gotten there, you've gotten the degree, you've gotten the wonderful job, you've gotten the ministry, you've gotten whatever that thing is that you've been striving for. You're like, okay, I'm okay, instead of continuing to grow. So that's the things to do if you want to be unsuccessful. Well, let me tell you about that green couch that's sitting there. I had a green couch similar to this, and I sat on that ugly green leather sofa that cost $75. I purchased it at a hotel auction because I couldn't go to the furniture store and buy furniture. Now, I was able to buy me a dinette set brand new, but I spent all my money, and that's all I had, because I made a decision that changed my life for 36 months. You see, I dropped out of college. I had a child in college. My 3rd year in, I had a 2nd child while I was in college. I dropped out and I sat on that ugly green sofa, having no confidence, feeling like the world was done, feeling like I had to live by other people's principles. I was living by what welfare said that I could and could not do. I was living out somebody else's priorities. I remember having to go down to the office to turn in my paperwork. And I always felt demeaned. Now, mind you, I don't think it's anything wrong if something happens, a life situation, and people have to get something, because that's what we pay taxes for. But I had gotten comfortable on that $75 sofa, sitting there day after day, watching all my children while my children were suffering. My children were being taught the lesson of poverty until I said, enough is enough. I got up off of that $75 sofa and decided I no longer wanted to be unsuccessful. So then I decided I would do these 7 things, not the 7 things to avoid if you don't want to succeed, like I typed in the promo yesterday for people, but 7 things to do to succeed. 1, walk in purpose. Nothing contort your purpose. If God said it, that settles it. Having the right perception and the right mindset, setting the right intentions and everything, and making sure the principles that you found your life upon keeps building and impacting upon not just your now, but your future. Prioritizing things, having priorities for yourself and for others that's going to catapult your life. And then perseverance. Stop quitting. I quit. Did you hear me say 36 months? I quit college. But when I got back in, I did that thing as quick as I quit, I finished. So we can do some marvelous things and then be very, very productive. And you got to have some systems in place. So I teach people all the time. Make sure you have people, a process, and systems. And that right there will help you be so powerful. Thank you, Janie. It's God. God gets all the glory. And last but not least, personal development. And so I was sitting one day and I asked God, Lord, I'm just ready for some change. So I became a principal, long story short. I went from being a college dropout to an educator to a principal. Now I am my own CEO of my own business. Okay. And so I have a business called Exponential Eduventures. And my goal is to impact 1 million women. That's my big bodacious goal. And guess what? I know that I can do that because I'm not going to do it by myself. And my goal is to empower as many people as possible. So 3 years ago, after having a successful career, and I thought, remember that last one, think you arrived? I kind of thought I had arrived. I loved what I did. And God pulled the rug from under me and said, it's time to really fully realize your entrepreneurship journey. And I wrote the book Powerful last year. Before that, I did my children's books. Here's my point that I want to make with this. For 30 years, I hadn't delivered for myself. And then automatically I did. And so I'm sharing this with you because I know it's some people out there that you are living outside. And I'm going to put this back up here because you are living outside of what God has told you to do. Maybe it's fear. Maybe it's overwhelmed. Maybe you don't have a path. That was me. I was deer in headlights. I didn't know. I didn't understand. But we can do it. We can do it when we walk in our superpower. And my superpower is to inspire people. It was when I was on my job, and it still is in my entrepreneurship. Here's the thing. We neglect to do it. We cannot neglect to do it. So today, whether you're like Esther, whether you're like Ruth, whether you're like Abigail, or whether you are like Deborah, whichever one of those resonate with you, whatever that unmet thing is that you are not doing, there is a superpower in you that needs to be released to the world because somebody needs your lesson. I didn't mean to preach today, but it is Willed Wednesday. I always tell people we don't get over a hump, not at all. We are willed to do everything that we choose to do today. So that is it. I'm gone. It's been 14 minutes in. I said I was trying to stay around about 10 minutes now, and I get to talk, and I love to tell that testimony. And not because I love to talk about myself, because testimony means to do it again. I want you to know to do it again. So if I can do it, somebody else can do it. So what is that thing you need to go dig out of the closet, dig from under the ground, dust it off, pull it out of the attic, wherever you didn't hit it, get it done. I'm your girl, Bridget Brown Jackson. I'm the behavioral wealth strategist. I love talking all things behavior. Hit me up, 810-321-5365. I'm out. I'll see you tomorrow, same time, 7 a.m., right here on this broadcast.